African American culture has genuinely just lost the plot. Yesterday at Six Flags in Georgia, not far from Atlanta, had an opening day. And if you don't know what Six Flags is, it's just a big amusement park where people go to ride roller coasters and have fun. Yeah, I have one near my house. It's a fun time. You don't really see anything, crazy go on. But one opened up in Georgia, not far from Atlanta. And well, there were about 500 to 600 people running around fighting. Somebody was killed. There was a shootout with the police. There were brawls all around the park. People trespassing in employees only areas. It was just chaos and pandemonium. Here are some videos of the chaos. You see a group of people jumping one person and leaving him unconscious. Beat him. The person recording even said that she thinks he's dead. He didn't die. But that's how bad he got beat by well over 10 people, stomped out. Everyone's recording, laughing, cackling about it. You see people getting chased down, grabbed. You have another brutal fight right here involving a bunch of people at the park. This person recording even said this is fight number 3. Mind you, this is one person's perspective. This is the third fight they saw that night. They can't be everywhere in the park at once. So there was well over 3 fights. You could assume that much. And this one is brutal. It involves a lot of people. And then you have gunshots ringing out. Once again, a bunch of people beating one dude. All these people are beating on one person, laying on the ground. They've already lost the fight, but that doesn't stop it. No, let's stomp his head repeatedly. That surely won't kill him and get any of us sent to prison. Oh, no, that's fine. Here's another fight between 2 girls. I can't show it because the video will be taken down, but here's another fight between 2 women. This one had to get broken up by the park officers, and they're not letting go. You needed multiple park officers to try to break this up. I see about 3 or 4. You got people straight up running for their lives from gunshots at a Six Flags. Here's somebody in the area they're not supposed to be, and they get yelled at by an employee, and they're getting escorted out. You got helicopters flying around because people are shooting at police and each other. Look at all the police. They had to show up to this. All the police. Look at all the people trying to get involved in this fight. This was when it first opened. It's like a freaking zombie apocalypse, bro. Look at this. Grown ass adults, a lot of these people. It's a lot of teenagers, but bro, too old to be acting like this, bro. Too old for this shit. Look at this. It's crazy. And then a bunch of fights break out. I can't even show this. And these aren't even all the fights either. I mean, you got another one right here that I haven't even shown yet. You got the unconscious dude right there. You got the big parking lot brawl. And the thing I noticed is the main ones criticizing this in these comments on Twitter is mostly black folks. Because I know I'm going to get a bunch of people saying, oh, only alt-right, conservative, cis, white men, blah, blah, blah. The buzzword people, the terminally online buzzword people are going to roll in here and say I'm cherry picking and da-da-da. And there's only one type of people painting this narrative and criticizing this whole thing. That's not the case. You can see it right here. These are white folks saying this shit. And you see what they're saying, calling it ghetto, saying it's too many of them, saying it's basically the usual culprits, saying why can't us black people act civilized? Dude right here saying this shit is ghetto. Now that's racist as shit. That's just racist as shit. But you see people even saying, bro, why can't y'all just ride the rides? Like, y'all are shooting at each other and fighting at a theme park, bro. Y'all can't just ride the rides. And that's the thing is, bro, when people call this shit out, you'll call them racist. But you see these videos, you didn't see any Asian people running around. You didn't see any white folks running around. Show me a white person in this video, bro. Show me one. There's none. That's the sad truth, bro. You can't find me one video of an amusement park or something like that opening up. And this is what's going on when there's mostly white folks, Asians, Hispanics, etc. You can't find me. You can't find me. And of course, it's a spectacle, bro. It's a spectacle. And here's the funny thing. I get a lot, bro. When I show a bunch of videos of African Americans doing this, doing that, and people want to say, oh, it's white folks, they're the ones recording it. Oh, it's white folks, they're the ones posting it online. What's this right here, bro? What's this right here? Instead of trying to stop it, instead of trying to, do whatever, they're recording it, laughing, putting it on social media, So this image of black folks, this negative stereotype, can be further reinforced by everybody, all the onlookers around the world, because this gets posted to Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Instagram, all these apps. These are where these videos circulate. And then this is everyone else's impression of black people, specifically African Americans. This is their impression. And it's this right here. And this would happen without this. I mean, it would still be going on without the recording, but this is just so we can see what's going on. Now everyone can see what's going on. So they say it was about 500 to 600 people running around. Cops had to show up. Somebody died. There was a shootout with police. Look at all the police that showed up. There was helicopters, blah, blah, blah. Y'all get the picture. It was a mess. And bro, black folks can't even be given a theme park, bro. They can't even open a theme park up without gunshots, people dying, people getting beat up and jumped. Like, bro, you had to bring the gun there. Like you went there looking for trouble. Like, why did you even bring a gun to Six Flags? And this is what people don't want to address. This is not a racial thing. This isn't a black thing. It all starts with the culture. And African American culture is degenerate. And it does not promote excellence. I'm going to show y'all some examples of where this starts. All right. I'm going to show y'all where it all begins. Right here. Right here. Little kids, bro. He don't even got teeth in his mouth, bro. Rapping along the songs about killing people. And look at the comments, bro. This is insanity. Y'all think it's funny, but we're genuinely doomed. Black folks saying this. It's black folks saying this. Black folks are fed up with this shit. That's the thing. African American people are fed up with the degenerate culture that they're all being subjected to constantly. And once again, I will drill this point. It is not about race. It's not about being black. All right. Being black doesn't create this. It's African American culture. You don't see African culture celebrating this same stuff. You don't see Caribbean culture celebrating this same stuff. And this comment just parrots what I'm saying. You notice only black Americans do this shit, not Caribbean, not Africans, not legal immigrants. Then they blame the white people. Yeah, basically. Like, look at this, bro. A tongue saying 60 fucking rounds full of Fun Dip is crazy. This kid right here, bro. Blue ass tongue, no teeth. Talking about 60 rounds, bro. 60, like, they're not even. This person right here, bro. They do not even give their children a chance. Totally fucked society. This culture is a threat to the very fabric of our society. This dude right here, black Americans are lost. That's not a white dude, by the way, because I already know I'm gonna get it. Happened last time on my last video. Whenever I talk about this, I get a bunch of people, usually white folks, coming in saying, oh, it's only white people saying this. Oh, da, da, da. No, African Americans. A lot of black people in general, to be honest, because they all get bunched in because a lot of people don't even know the difference between ethnicity, nationality, etc. A lot of black folks are fed up with this shit. They're fed up. And what I'm about to show you here are critiques on the culture by black folks. So that argument cannot even be used. And if you want to call them an Uncle Tom, an Uncle Ruckus, a bootlicker, blah, 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 then you can use those racist ass remarks, those slurs all you want. Those racist terms, because that's what they are. Whenever a black person thinks differently, all right, they voice a different opinion out loud. They follow their own route, their own path. They come to their own conclusions. They don't just subscribe to the hive mind or follow the herd and act like sheeple. They always get called Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus, blah, blah, blah. It's always the same racist ass slurs to try to get them back in place, right? Don't step out of place or we're going to call you this, call you that. It's crazy. And it's a way you instill fear in the black community to not think differently. All right. If you're a black conservative, boom, you're going to get hit with all the slurs. And that's how they keep you in place. That's how they keep you brainwashed. That's how they keep you just blindly following the pack and not stepping out of line. That's how they do it. They make black people feel like someone's foot is on their back, usually their own community. They make a black person feel like their own community has their foot on their back, ready to kick them out the door if they do anything or say anything differently. That is terrible. Imagine having that feeling all the time. This is why people don't speak out. This is why they're usually only comfortable saying this stuff in comments or tweeting it on Twitter, etc. They're afraid to actually say this out loud. Many of them. Here we have No Jumper glorifying this to sell a rapper. Las Vegas rapper accused of deadly shooting. So this guy didn't do anything. And even if he did, why are we using that as a selling point? That's something to think about right there. But that's besides the point for this moment. Las Vegas rapper accused of deadly shooting makes $250K bail and drops a massive hit his first day out. They're using black violence to sell music, to sell shit in general. It's glorified, it's championed. Let's talk about the culture, bro. Let's talk about the culture. This guy right here said, somebody said the CIA is doing victory laps. That's a fact, bro. That is a fact. You got all these young girls looking up to Sexyy Red, bro. First of all, as a parent, why are you even letting your child listen to Sexyy Red? And then you may say, oh, that's a one-off thing. You're cherry picking, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Watch this. Bro, this is depressing. Like, this is actually depressing. Someone says something white people, something racism. This dude said, I can't stand us. They're singing along to listen to what they're saying, bro. Like, just listen to the words. And not only that, bro, but all these young girls are looking up and singing along to Sexyy Red. Like, to the point where they got the words memorized. If y'all are unfamiliar with Sexyy Red, this is her right here. Yep, this is the woman that all these little girls are looking up to. Let's read some of her lyrics, bro. And trust me, this isn't cherry picked. All of her music is basically like this. Let's read some of these lyrics that all these young black girls are singing along. This is the person all these parents, these black women, are subjecting their children to, right? Fuck my baby dad. Fuck my baby dad. Fuck my baby dad. I'm a fine ass bitch. I ain't in the house sad. Fuck my baby dad. Bow, 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 bow. That's that booty meat. Hey, look at them booty cheeks. This is, like, look at the name of this song right here, bro. This is the person that all these young black girls are looking up to and listening to and singing along with, bro. This is a cultural issue. This is where it starts. Y'all think I'm exaggerating? Bet. Look at this right here. Little kid, they're singing along to a song that's just talking about violence, etc., etc. And you got a little kid holding a gun right here, bro. You're going to sit here and tell me it's not a problem with the culture? You're going to sit here and tell me I'm cherry picking, I'm doing this, I'm doing that? You know how many videos like this are online, bro? Look at this right here, bro. Are you serious? Where do you realistically think these children are going to end up in life? Where do you think these kids are going to end up? These are the same kids that end up going to the Six Flags, fighting, and shoot people. These are the same kids, bro. It is a cultural issue. It's not a racial issue, okay? It is a cultural issue. This is where it starts right here. You're looking at it. This right here is where it all begins. Look at this. Look at this. Multiple guns. Look at this little kid right here, bro. This is what he's taking it all in. Look at this kid right here. He's taking it all in. And they're so proud of this shit. They got a baby right here. This is what they're doing, bro. And you're going to sit here and tell me, right? You want to sit here and tell me there's no problem with African American culture. Do you actually want to get into this debate with me while I have this on the screen? You're going to see it, bro. Show me Asian kids doing this shit right here. Show me it. Show me the little white kids doing this shit right here. Show me all the videos of it. I want a comparable amount of videos of this same shit. I don't want just one. I want as many as I showed you. Because I have a lot more than this. A whole lot more. Show me it. Let's read the comments. Not all black people are like this, but, and then see, that's the thing, bro. That's true. Not all black people are like this. People that don't have a lot of exposure to black people, there's tons of people in the world that have never met a black person, but they have access to the internet. They have access to Instagram, X, etc. And this is their only impression of black people right here. This right here, right? This is why this guy has to comment that. Because not a lot of people have that firsthand experience with black people to know that they're not all like this. You got a black dude right here saying, these are the kids I keep my kids away from. 5,800 likes. Look at the amount of likes on these comments, bro. This right here is just a fact. This right here, and this is a famous line, bro. This is a famous line we all know is true. That is a fact. I know plenty of black folks that don't want to be around black folks like this. I know tons of black folks. They are not trying to be around this shit, bro. They're not trying to be around this shit. This shit, someone said Coco felon. I'm weak as shit. So let me show you the next step in those types of kids' lives. Let's show you the next step. You got it right here.
After teens are seen smiling, laughing, dancing, and cursing.
You got it right here.
These are the scenes in a Broward County courtroom which turned into a circus after teens were seen misbehaving in what was supposed to be.
That's the next step. We're just going down the line. That's the next step right here. Not taking shit serious. Going to jail at a young age. Still not taking shit serious. And here you go. You even got black folks saying just plain ghetto. More black folks. Give them all life. They have no hope. So for all the people that like to spin this weird narrative that like only white people are saying this type of shit. Only white people are fed up with this shit. No, you're wrong, bro. You're wrong. Trust me. Most black folks I know, they don't want to be anywhere around this shit and they're tired of it too. They don't want to go to the gas station worry about getting robbed by some 16-year-old who doesn't have jack shit to live for. He doesn't take shit serious. And joined a gang when he was 12 and has no father figure in his life. All right? Like, no one I know wants to deal with this shit at all. Everyone is sick of this shit. And a lot of people are tired of pretending that this isn't an issue and instead pointing the finger at everybody else except the community, the one raising these children. And I don't want to hear the, oh, it's because, you know, they grew up poor, they're in poverty, they're impoverished, blah, blah, blah. No. That doesn't create this, brother. It does not do this. This is cultural, okay? This is cultural. You look at impoverished Asian communities in America. It's not like this. You don't see them doing this shit. There's tons of poor Asian communities in America that you can look at. And you don't see this shit going on. You don't see this shit. Once again, let's talk about where it starts.
They hungry in the store, gotta feed them.
Look at this.
You gotta stop. And you gotta feed them. Because one thing about me, when I'm hungry, he gonna make you eat.
And they got 4 kids. This brain dead jackass pouring chips on the floor of a Walmart has 4 kids to his name. And this is the example he's setting for his kids right here. Once again, you got black folks criticizing this shit. Whatever happened to being embarrassed? The most ghetto shit I've ever seen. Yeah. Please steal condoms. If you can't feed them, don't breed them. Look at this shit right here, bro. It starts at a young age. All right, this right here. Show me a video of Asian folks doing this shit, glorifying it, cackling about it, thinking this shit is cool and funny, thinking this shit is okay. And I have more. Oh, don't you worry. I'm not cherry picking. I got more.
It say, what does it say?
Please take one.
Please take one each. Look what she's going to teach her daughter to do.
Eat. Nope.
Come on, let's go. Oh, get one. That's right.
It's a proud mother right
Come on,
here.
let's go.
She's proud.
Come on.
What do you even... So you're still going to tell me this is not a cultural issue? You're still going to sit here and tell me that this isn't a cultural issue. This does not fall on the parents. This isn't white folks oppressing, blah, blah, blah. This isn't any of that, bro. This is a parent teaching her daughter to steal. That's what this shit is. You can try to intellectualize it and play the mental gymnastics and blah, 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 all you want. That's what this is. That's what this is. It's a cultural issue. That is what this is. Simple and plain. Don't try to make this any deeper than what you're seeing right now, because that is what this is. What kind of future do you think this little girl is going to have, not only learning stuff like this, but with her role model like this, with a role model like this in her life? I doubt her father is in her life. I genuinely doubt it, because I don't think this shit would be going on if he was. But then again, we saw the last video and the father was right there, sitting right beside him, egging it on, doing it too. So I don't know. But what kind of future do you think this little girl is going to have when this is the example that she is being taught to follow right here, to steal? And want to know what this turns into right here? So you see this right here, right? I showed you what one turns into, right? The kids flashing the guns, exposed to the guns and glorifying violence at a young age. You see what that turns into. The kids getting sent to prison at a young age, or jail, whatever. They're shooting people, robbing people. Let me show you what this right here. Let me show you what this turns into when they get older. That turns into this right here. That's what this turns into. This is that little girl all grown up right there. You do not see white folks or Asians doing this shit. You don't. You just don't. Look, I got more. These are those kids grown up right here. These are them grown up, just walking out with shit. That's her right there. That's literally that little girl right there, grown up. You got more right here.
Here they come. Watch out, you guys, watch out.
Look at this.
Oh, shit.
When so many videos like this are all over the internet, how do y'all think other groups are going to perceive your group? Tell me. When you walk into a store and you got the guy behind the counter really checking you out, really following you with his eyes, checking the camera, breathing down your neck, you gonna call him racist? When it's a gazillion videos like this all over the internet, oh, I'm gonna show more, don't you worry. But when you have a freaking gazillion videos like this on the internet, you're still gonna call him racist? You're still gonna call that guy racist? Or is it pattern recognition? Look at this. I got more, bro. I got more. Look right here. Running around the store, stealing a bunch of shit, putting it into a bunch of bags and running out. Right here. Shit is crazy. Look at this. That dude looks like he's like 14, bro. That looks like a 12-year-old. Look at this. Little girl doing it too. Another girl doing it too. They're all young. Look how many. Look how many, bro. That was well over 15. That had to be over 15 people. And security can't do shit about it. Can't do shit about it. You got more right here. I'm not cherry picking. You got more right here. Stealing shit, walking out, grown ass man too. He has nice clothes on his body. He got nice earrings. I don't know if he stole those too. He has nice shit. Got a young kid with him. Look, that's probably the mother of that kid. Who knows? Multiple kids. Just stealing shit. Look at this, bro. Don't say I'm cherry picking. Trust me. If you can find the videos of white folks and Asian folks doing this same shit, Hispanic folks, etc., show me the videos. Send them to me. Send them to me. Send me a comparable amount. I want to see them. You don't see it. Show me the Asian kids running into stores and looting constantly. Show me it. Because I'll tell you this much. Once again, you got a father, right? 2 kids. Maybe the mother's recording. He got his little kid stroking the counter, wearing little shiesties, bro. You got his little ass kid. You teaching your little kid to stroke the counter, bro. Poor kids, horrible parents and environment, etc. Like, bro. And then what? When your kid knocks some girl up, doesn't use a condom, and then he doesn't want to stick around to raise the kid, you're gonna be shocked, right? Meanwhile, when he was 3, you got him stroking your countertop. Like, bro, what you're teaching them that early for what, bro? Like, and you still want to sit here and tell me it's not an issue with the culture, right? You still want to do that? You're still going to try to play this game with me? Once again, you got more stealing. More stealing. And there's so many. There's so freaking many, dude. You got another one right here. Little ass kids stealing this dude's bike. Stealing this dude's bike. Now, let me ask you. If this guy right here were to ride his bike around these kids, you think he'd be called racist? I think he would. I think people will call him racist. If he rode his bike to the other side of the street to ride around these kids, I think he'd be called racist. Look at this shit right here. Do you think he's going to be comfortable next time riding around kids, black kids? You think he's going to be comfortable? Like, this stuff is pervasive on social media. It is everywhere. You see this all the time. Are we going to act like this isn't an issue still? Like, we're still just going to sit here and act like this isn't a problem? Like, there's no issue with the culture? Like, there's no issue? Stealing a seafood boil. A lot of people say, oh, they're just stealing things they need, blah, blah, blah. They're going to, go sell it to the community. They're going to give it back, whatever. What's the reason you would steal a goddamn seafood boil? You going to sell that back to your community? You need to eat. You couldn't go steal bread. You couldn't. No, you were in the mood to steal some fancy shit, right? Some seafood boil shit, right? You were in the mood for some crab and lobster. You weren't in the mood to go get a goddamn job. Now, you were in the mood for some crab and lobster. You were feeling fancy that night. So you decided to go steal from this business right here. And now, if they look at any black folks funny, they're going to be racist, right? Y'all are living up to your stereotypes. Exactly. It doesn't sound pretty, but that is what's going on. Reinforcing these stereotypes. We have another one right here. Stealing shit from Walmart. Then people wonder why these stores pull out of black areas. And they blame that on racism. They say, oh, they're creating food deserts. They're doing this. They're doing that. The businesses are constantly being robbed. Constantly being destroyed. They are not obligated to stick around if that's how you're going to treat the business. So they leave. They pull out. They go somewhere else. Okay? This is the fault of the community. You can't blame this on white people. You can't blame this on the system, blah, blah, blah. This is the fault of the community. She's trying to run off with what, a TV or something? I can't even tell. And look, well, no one can say she's stealing because she's hungry. She's not stealing food. Got a bunch of black folks in the elevator and a fight breaks out. Even this black woman right here saying, can't take us nowhere. Black culture is so inspiring these days. No one is surprised by this behavior. Six Flags was basically this, but on a larger scale. A lot of people like to say the schools are racist and this and that, and they're being deprived of, this and that. And, they study their asses off, but they can't pass the test because the tests are racist. How a test could be racist, I don't know. Asians, which are a minority, have no problem passing them. But no one wants to think about what's going on in the classrooms, because I went to predominantly black schools. I went to multiple schools, right? I went to 3 different high schools. And I saw what classrooms were like. Let me tell you, I never saw an Asian kid disrupt the class. I never saw an Asian kid get in a fight. I never saw an Asian kid jump somebody. I never saw an Asian kid flash up gang signs or stab somebody. Nah. I only saw black folks doing this in my classes. You gonna call me racist for speaking from my own experience? I went to 3 different high schools. 3 different high schools, and it was the same thing every time. And they were all in 3 vastly different areas with vastly different types of incomes. Rich black folks, poor black folks, rich white folks, poor white folks, rich Asians, poor Asians, rich Hispanics, poor Hispanics. I've seen it all. I've done a lot of traveling in my life. I've been around. I've never seen an Asian kid disrupt the class and get in a big ass fight, dude. I've never seen that shit. All the schools I went to, a lot of my classes, they look like this. This is how it looked. And there'd be some little white kids and Asian kids sitting up front. Maybe some more Hispanics. I lived around a lot of Hispanics as well. They maybe be around the area talking, whatever, chatting. But this is what it looked like. This is what all my classes would look like right here. Right here. Then you got the bathroom full of people smoking, fighting, slapboxing and shit. But this is what my classes would look like. Right? And then when the Asian kid who was sitting up front trying to pay attention, right? When the Asian kid studying up front, when they would pass the test, well, everyone would say, oh, well, the test is racist. Oh, they got to change the test now. The test was racist. The black kids were deprived. No, they were doing this shit instead of studying. That's what was going on. Look at this shit right here, bro. They could all have their books out, textbooks, whatever. They could be in the library right now if it's some sort of like a free period studying. But instead, this is what they're up to. Once again, cultural. I mean, you got folks stealing from Home Depot, bro. You got folks stealing from Home Depot. Look at this shit. Here's a funny ass video. Here's a bear inside of a store, and here's some black folks. Yeah. Look at the bear. And look at this. This is multiple videos in one. Tearing shit up. The bear took his little thing, didn't spill anything over, and just walked out the door. Didn't even make a mess. You got black folks in the store just destroying shit for no reason. Just destroying shit for literally no reason, bro. No reason. Look at this. When you have videos like this on the internet, do you think people want to be around this community? Can you not see why the optics are consistently looking awful? Like, are you that blinded that you can't see the issue still? After all of this, you still can't see the issue. You're still going to just pin it all on the white people. Oh, it's all the white man. Like, you're still going to do that shit, really? And here's the mental gymnastics I was talking about.
They need to feed their child and they don't have money. They're put in a position where they feel like they either need to shoplift some bread or go hungry that night.
You got these people stealing from clothing stores, stealing from Gucci, stealing from... You know, they go to Walmart. There was a video. They went to a Walmart, stole a bunch of stuff except the vegetables and healthy foods. It was all the alcohol was stolen. Bro, it's not on a I need this for my family basis. That's not what this is. You're an idiot. This woman is an idiot. Hassan is an idiot. Whoever paints that goofy ass narrative is an idiot. That's not the case. They're stealing shit because they know they can. And they grew up in a culture that promotes it. The music they listen to endorses it. Their parents promoted it, etc. That's why they do this. It is a cultural issue. Here's another one.
And so they go out and they need to feed their child and they don't have money.
This is a very popular meme.
So you
on all these videos
maybe have to, they're put in a position where they feel like they either need to shoplift some bread or
you see how she downplays it as well.
Or go hungry that night.
Shoplift some bread or go hungry that night. As they steal all the shoes and clothing out of the freaking Nike outlet, bro. They're gonna steal some bread or they'll go hungry. This shit isn't. And then you wonder why stores pull out, why stores leave. When you have this much shoplifting going on, and like all these videos, like these there's so much, trust me, there's so much more. I handpicked these like out my thing because I didn't have a lot of time, but there were so many videos I could have put. I couldn't put them in because they're either too violent or there's just too much to go over. But there's so much more of this. Just this, dude. This. Just add this to the collection of the bear video. Like, look at this, bro. Then you wonder why folks don't want to be around this community, why people are scared. Look at this guy. He's just chilling and he's getting yelled at and attacked. Then you wonder why people don't want to be around the community, why people are scared, why people may they move their bag or clutch their purse. Then you wonder, right? You call that racist. But then you have videos like this circulating on a regular basis, getting millions and millions of views, right? Then you have the audacity to call these people racist. Even down to celebrity events. You got Cam Newton, bro. Very famous football player. Got into a brawl at this little event thing for coaches and stuff. And spoiler alert, there's not a one white person fighting in this shit. There's not one Asian person fighting in this shit. It's straight up black folks. It's a massive brawl, bro. Like, this is hood shit. And this is not his fault. I'm not saying this is his fault. But you see a pattern, bro. You see the pattern. Here's a bunch of black folks at an Airbnb. And last time I made a video like this, you had a woman, I believe she was from the islands. I don't know where she was from. She may have been like Jamaican or something, but she was talking about why she does not let African Americans rent her spot out for Airbnb. This is why. She said they're disrespectful. They destroy her property. They don't want to pay, etc., etc. And you got them doing this shit at an Airbnb. For what reason, bro? And then you got my city right here. This is DC. This is my spot right here. And it's the same shit, city to city. You see one underlying pattern, one common denominator. Show me where the white and Asian people doing all this shit. Where are they at in this crowd? I don't see them. I don't see them. You got people on this bus trying to get home from work, and they have to deal with this bullshit. This ghetto ass shit, bro. Straight ghetto ass shit. And then you wonder, look at this, bro. It's a big ass joke. It's a game. Climbing up on the bus, bro. Everyone's recording it so they can go post it on social media and further reinforce the negative stereotypes. There you go. This is how it starts right here, bro. This is how it starts. Everyone whips out their phones and let's record because they think it's cool. This type of behavior is celebrated within the culture. So they put it all on social media. They celebrate it. They show it off. They think it's cool. They think it's funny. When really they're just degrading their own culture, degrading their own communities, making a horrible representation for their own people. That's what this is. Right here, that's what this is. I have hundreds of videos like this. Hundreds. That's the sad part, bro. And look, then you have this right here. Doing it to feed their families. What the fuck about the man and his family? Like, how about this guy that owns the store? For anyone in my comments gonna come in and defend her and say she's trying to feed her family, what? By stealing this shit? Really? By stealing this shit, she's gonna go feed her family? Okay, we can roll with that delusion. But how about this guy who's also trying to feed his family? Why is it okay for her to steal this shit to feed her family, but he can't sell this shit to feed his? What's up with that double standard? Like, bro, stop all this bullshit. Just stop. Stop with the mental gymnastics. I don't want to hear it. I'm not even gonna respond to it in my comments. You're just gonna get ignored if you comment that stupid shit. I'm not here to hear it. I'm just over it. I'm over pointing the finger at everybody else, pinning the blame on everybody else. This is a cultural issue and it starts with African American culture. That's where it starts. All right. It starts with the parenting. It starts with the culture as a whole. What's put out there, what's celebrated, etc., etc. That's where it starts. All right. Don't pin it on the white man. Don't pin it on this. Don't pin it on this policy. I don't want to hear it. These things are celebrated and taught. That's why it's so pervasive. That's why it's acceptable. That's why you see it so often. This isn't the white man's fault. You can't blame it on that. Because back in a time where the country was far more racist than ever, this is what you saw. Harlem in 1939. Look at this. Do you see pants sagging, trash all over their own communities? She's paying for her shit. Do you see, where's all the trash? Where's all the fighting? Where's the people loitering and smoking outside? Where's all this shit? You don't see it. Can you still blame it on white folks being racist? That's why it's so bad. When white folks in this country were far more racist during this time, the communities were cleaner than ever and people were far more well kept and well dressed. Can you still say that fathers were actually sticking around during this time and not leaving at an alarming rate? Can you still blame it on that? How about this? Just clowning this black lady for no reason.
What the fuck is wrong with man?
Look at this shit. They think this shit is funny. They think this shit is funny, bro. And she starts crying. They're just making fun of her. They're making fun of her because of her weight, because of her looks, etc., etc. This shit is great. And look right here, bro. And you want to talk about the culture. Look at this comment right here. My high school experience in one video. Anybody that's gone to a mostly black school, y'all know this shit, bro. This looks real familiar, bro. This was every day. Every single day. It was this shit right here. It starts with the culture, bro. It's a cultural thing. Folks that went to some private school or grew up around a bunch of really wealthy people, wealthy black folks, wealthy Asian people, or just like people really immersed in their own culture, Asian culture, Hispanic culture, they're not really doing shit like this, bro. They're not doing shit like this. Look at this shit. And it's a bunch of grown-ass men doing it too. That's the crazy part. These are grown-ass men. Grown-ass men. They're not out trying to get a job. They're not out trying to do this, provide for their families, etc. Instead, they are harassing the security guard at Target because of her weight. That's what they're doing instead. But don't hear it from me. Let's listen to Malcolm X talk about this. All right, let's listen to him. All right, he's a powerful voice within the black community. He is celebrated very often. Let's hear what he has to say about all this.
If white immigrants can come to this country 50 years ago with nickels and dimes and no education, and come here and pool their little nickels and dimes and set up little stores, develop these stores into larger stores, develop this into an industry which creates job opportunities for whites. And today the black man, according to the government economist, has spending power of $20 billion per year. We feel that with the black man spending $20 billion a year, not setting up any businesses, not creating any industry, not creating any job opportunities for his own kind, he's not in a moral position to point the finger today at the white man and tell the white man that he's discriminating against him for not giving him a job in factories that he himself set up. If the black man has $20 billion, and these so-called Negro leaders are such geniuses that they can integrate white restaurants and integrate white factories and force themselves into that which the white man has set up, they should use this same ingenuity to show the black people how to pool our wealth and set up something of our own. If white immigrants can...
And that's nothing but facts. It's nothing but facts right there. Those are just facts. You see all these wealthy black influencers, people in the media, rappers, etc. Right? They have plenty of money to give back to their communities, open up businesses, and provide more opportunities for their communities where they've come from, etc. But instead, they would rather buy an expensive chain or buy 5 supercars or spend all their money on some girl they met at the club instead of enriching their communities and providing for their youth within those communities so they can grow up and amount to more. They buy all this other shit. They put their money everywhere else. They move to some gated community somewhere far away from the hood. They don't put any of their money back in, and they do their own thing with their money. These so-called black leaders, black influencers, etc., are more willing to blow their bag on a stripper from Houston than on their own communities, on their own youth, as they make music and profit off of Black Death. I mean, we have more artists within hip hop, the African American community, getting murdered at a far more alarming rate than any other genre anywhere else in the world. And you're still going to tell me there's not a problem with the culture? I mean, just look at the subject matter of hip hop. Look at the subject matter. Look at the death and degradation the drill movement alone brought to the African American community, especially the youth, where tons of black artists profited directly off of the deaths of other black folks. Show me where white folks or Asian folks are profiting off of the deaths of their own communities to the same extent, making entire careers off of it and being celebrated for it, and it being a primary selling point in their careers, as you can see here. Show me. This is how celebrated the culture is. So in the DMV where I live, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, not the Department of Motor Vehicles, you have tons of black folks who are very wealthy. All right. Very wealthy. And still, they feed into the cultural degradation. They cannot escape it. Okay. They still pull up with shiesties and try to claim gangs that they're not really in and do this, that, and the third. And there's a whole meme about it. There's a whole meme about this shit. I saw this in school all the time, bro. You go to Rio Center in Montgomery County, you'll see a bunch of dudes who live in nice ass cribs with shiesties looking around like for their imaginary ops and shit, trying to like create issues for themselves that they don't actually have because they're trying to live up to that image, that culture, because it's so celebrated. That's where you get your cool points in the black community. Right? It's all about what hood are you from? What did you do? What kind of work did you put in the streets, etc., etc. That's where you get your cool points. That's what's celebrated. In other communities, you don't see inflicting fear onto others. You don't see that being celebrated like that. You know how badass you are, how much of a crash out dummy you are. You don't see that shit being celebrated in other communities like you see it being celebrated within the African American community. Further proving my point, go to Montgomery Mall and see all the kids wearing shiesties like they don't live in Potomac. If y'all don't know what Potomac is, it's expensive as shit. It is one of the most expensive areas here. And you see, bro, they still want to feed it, bro. It's like Ja Morant or Chris Brown. They don't even come from that culture, but they're going from riches to rags because they want that image, because that's where the cool points are acquired, right? That's how you get the cool points. So they go backwards. They go from riches to rags to live this identity that of their favorite rapper, of King Von, NBA Youngboy. And this is one of the biggest ways the culture is poisoned. It's through the music. And music is incredibly influential. The media, the art within a culture. I mean, the art within a culture is massively influential. And anybody that, you know, has studied culture, sociology, etc., history, you know how important art is. All right. And when your art is constantly glorified, bro, when your art is this for the women, and Ice Spice, who's only known for shaking her bare ass, and King Von for killing people, and NBA Youngboy for beefing with his ops on Instagram Live and shit like that. When that is your culture, that's what is celebrated. You're going to see that type of behavior be pervasive through the community that is constantly taking that culture in, constantly being exposed to that culture. How could you possibly be surprised by it? I want to end this video off with just a couple more videos of just folks giving, black folks specifically. You know, we're giving the mic to the black voices today to speak about their takes on what's going on. Let's listen from this guy first.
Amount of black people are buying into the entitlement victimology narrative that you did not find when blacks were truly oppressed and victimized, like under segregation, under Jim Crow, in the periods after emancipation. When you were truly oppressed, you had to find every single resource in your body and your soul to transcend that oppression. The dominant narrative that is coming out of the school of Ibram Kendi and Ta-Nehisi Coates and Nicole Hannah-Jones, too many people are falling prey to this kind of victimology narrative. And it's having a deadening, flatlining effect on a lot of black children.
So that's his take there. But I want to show y'all this guy's take right here. I think this is a pretty important one.
They say, that's racism. You're racist. I didn't know that it's racist to call out degeneracy. I didn't know that having zero tolerance when it comes to thuggery, hood antics, and ghetto-ness is an act of racism. You see, contrary to popular progressive belief, society has no obligation to put up with your foolishness, with your lack of consideration for others, with your utter disdain for decorum. And real talk, white people calling you out for acting inappropriately is not racism. It's called accountability and correction. Black people, our actions have consequences, and one big one being people's perception of us. If we as a whole want to be regarded as intellectually inclined and proper and upstanding and law-abiding and a moral people, then the plurality of us need to change public perception by being the very antithesis of the stereotypes the worst of the black community has presented to America. They say
nothing but facts. In my last video, I talked about this. Is basically everything I said in that video. Basically everything I said. I didn't write anything for this video. This is all just off the top. So I'm not as well spoken and, you know, whatever as I usually am or as I could be. You know, I could have put a lot of this way better, but, you know, it's late. I just don't feel like doing that right now. I kind of want to just speak from the soul here. You know, I'm not worried about sounding intelligent or, you know, making the most concise and perfect points and da-da-da. I'm just kind of talking right now. Just kind of ranting. I just wanted to just rant freely and not worry about shit like that. But that guy spoke nothing but facts. Nothing but facts. Let's hear it from this woman right here.
Hey, what's your power pen?
People are doomed, and it is nobody's fault but our own. Y'all need to read books. Y'all need to get jobs. Y'all need to get off the social media and shut the fuck up.
There you go. It's not, and that's the thing. And this is for the people in my comments. They're gonna roll in and throw the Twitter buzzwords at me and say you're alt-right, you're da-da-da, you're da-da-da, bro. So many black folks feel this way. So why aren't they allowed to be heard? Why aren't they allowed to be heard? You know, why do we undermine their experiences and their points? Why do we disregard what they have to say entirely? Why do we do that with them? Why do these black voices not matter, but the ones that agree with you, conveniently, those matter? Have we ever thought about that one? Let's listen to this guy right here.
People have the worst customer service in the motherfucking world. And you can say that you don't agree with that because I'm gonna fuck why. If we get our customer service better, we'll make more business. Bottom line. So you can say whatever you want.
When you go to the Chinese restaurant, they nice to you. Hey Ray, how you doing today? No, they just...
And here we go with the finger pointing. The constant finger pointing, the deflection we see all the time. And this is why nothing changes. Because it's all just immediately finger point. Oh, but if I ever show a video of pandemonium in a black thing, oh, but January 6th, bro, holy shit! Like it's like freaking clockwork. It's like every single time. Immediate finger pointing. But we don't see the same issues in the white community. We don't see the same issues in the Asian community. The black community in America are where the issues are. So that's why we're talking about it. That's why we're highlighting that. So stop trying to highlight everything else, because their shit doesn't need changing like the black community needs changing. That's why we highlight that. It just annoys the shit out of me. But let's hear him speak to her.
This is me.
Hey, the reason why I don't spend with black establishments like that, because they got fucked up attitudes. They don't even give you a smile. They don't even say, hello, how you doing, man? I take your order. But I'm supposed to keep spending with them because they look like me? Fuck that. The rich are gonna, the people that are gonna rise to the top, the people that understand what it takes to win. Not the people that feel like you should let me win because they let them win. That's not how you win. My thing is, a black man that has made millions of dollars and want to see other black people make millions of dollars, I know the one thing that's the difference is the fucking attitude. That's why I yell, because the attitude is the difference. And if you fix your attitude, everything else will follow. But you think, well, they ain't gotta fix their attitude. Well, we ain't them. We ain't them. Because if we was them, we would be where they are. We are us. And the thing that's holding us back is we don't treat each other with respect. So I'm trying to teach you how to get to a certain place, and you don't want to accept that you got to change your motherfucking attitude if you do. And instead of change your attitude, you want to bring up what Asians do. I don't know if the motherfucker is smiling by the way they talking. I don't know their culture. I know our culture, and I know our culture. Black women have bad attitudes, and so do a lot of black people. And my thing is that we want to make money, then fix your motherfucking attitude. Or you'll be off and you'll see another motherfucker that's smiling. They'll be like, they only picked her because she's white. No, we picked her because she smiled. Black people have the worst customer service.
And you got black folks, once again, agreeing with this in the comments. 100%. Look at all these likes. So I don't want to hear that narrative that only white folks think like this, da-da-da. Black folks are tired of this shit. Black folks share these same opinions, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. Don't try to undermine my point. Don't try to do that bullshit that we always see. To try to, because all you do is further fuel this already scorching hot goddamn fire that is out of control. That's all you're doing. Black folks are sick of this shit. They're sick of being associated with the hood rat bullshit, the ghetto bullshit. Not all black folks are like that. And the fact that they have to constantly be differentiating, that's them. I'm not like them. I'm different. This is not, you know what I mean? Because not all black folks share African American culture. They don't share the culture to that extent. That negative side, the toxic side. Like, yes, it is a culture that a lot of people have, but depending on where you grow up, et cetera, like there's white folks that grow up in that culture and they fall into the same bullshit. There's Hispanic folks that grow up in that culture. They fall to the same bullshit. Okay, so anyone can be a victim to this culture. It can be any. That's why I say it's not a race thing. This is not a racial issue. It is a cultural issue. Okay, it is a cultural issue. Because there can be some white kid out there inspired by King Von, and he grew up around a bunch of black folks and gangs and shit. Now he wants to join a gang. Now he wants to do what King Von. He has the shiesty. He got, King Von talked about having a G26, so now he got the G26. Now he's flaunting that shit. He goes to a party, they get in a fight, he shoots somebody dead. It can all follow the same thing for any race. They can all be subjected to the same bullshit culture and become a victim to it. Okay? And just because you're black does not mean you are associated with this culture to that degree. That's not what that means. Okay, so that's why I like draw that line. Race and culture are two different things. African American culture, this toxic side of it, that's what I'm highlighting here. This guy's sick of it. The other lady was sick of it. All these people are sick of it. This guy right here is sick of it. This guy right here is sick of it. All these people are sick of it. We're sick of it. So yeah, that's just kind of my rant today. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm probably going to look back at this and be like, damn, I should have wrote things down so I could sound, so I could just put things better.
Target announced today that it's closing 9 stores in major cities next month.
And people are going to call this racist. Look, all liberal cities, not a shocker. Democrat cities, etc. Yeah.
Theft and organized retail crime.
And then they call the businesses racist because they don't want to put their businesses up in black areas, or they pull out of black areas and they create food deserts, etc., etc. They're not racist. I just showed you all the videos. I showed you why they're doing this shit. That's why. And you need to take accountability. You're hurting your own culture when you do that shit. You are hurting your own people. You're hurting your own community when you steal from the stores and these stores pull out and now you have nowhere to buy clothes, nowhere to buy baby food, nowhere to buy diapers, nowhere to buy food for your own family or yourself, etc., etc. You are hurting your own community when you do this shit. And there's no responsibility. Instead, we call the businesses racist. But when you're leaving businesses like this on a regular basis, why the hell would they want to open up and stick around? Why would they want to? I bet you all the goddamn Hennessy was stolen out this bitch. They left all the freaking wine. Isn't that shit funny as hell? I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it. At what point do we take responsibility and just stop throwing the racist label on freaking everybody? At what point do we stop and change this shit? At what point, bro? Yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, I'm definitely going to look back at this video and be like, damn, I wish I said this. Oh, I should have said this. I should have put it this way, da-da-da. This is just a rant, bro. I just want to get this shit off my chest. I could have said things a lot more clearly. I could have articulated myself much better than I did now. But once again, I just kind of wanted a raw rant. I didn't want to prop my phone up or have Google Docs and read off some script I wrote where everything just sounds too perfect and da-da-da. I just didn't want to do that, bro. That's not one of those moments. I just want to speak, man. I just want to talk. I don't care if I sound stupid or ignorant, da-da-da. My points still stand. And if you have a hard time digesting those points, then that is a you problem. I think I still put them quite clearly. Like, I don't think these points are hard to understand. And I gave you visual representations for practically every point I tried to make. So, yeah, that's all there is to it, man. And if you're going to come into my comments and assume my, like, political, because a lot of people like to do that when I talk about this stuff. They're like, oh, you're just conservative, you're alt-right, you're Nazi, da-da-da. Like, if you're going to do that, just shut up, bro. I'm not even going to engage with you. You're an idiot. Like, I'm just not going to get into it with you because, like, you just live off of Twitter buzzwords and, like, massive generalizations and assumptions. And it's just, I'm tired of it. It's stupid. It's annoying. It's played out. It's corny. I'm not going to get into it. Like, if you want to assume which side of the, like, political spectrum I'm on because of my take on my own goddamn community, then, like, knock yourself out, I guess. But I think that's very foolish to do. I just don't see how that, like, gets us anywhere. You know, if you want to write me off and, you know, undermine and disregard all my points because you think I'm some alt-right Nazi, this, that, and the third, then, I mean, go ahead, I guess, you know. Have fun with that, but that gets us nowhere. It doesn't create any meaningful dialogue. And it brings us to no middle ground or understanding, and it certainly doesn't bring change to any degree, which is what we're looking for here. I want the black community to do better. I want to see my community do better. Stop stealing, stop dying, stop killing, shooting, joining gangs, thieving, robbing, fathers leaving. Like, I want to see all of this shit stop because it's just, bro, I live this every day. See, the thing is, for a lot of people, this is their only exposure to this, is like videos on Instagram, but I see this shit on a regular basis. This is my life. I don't want people to, because last time I had people waltz into my comments and try to educate me on my own culture. Brother, I live this shit. I live in a black community. Like, what are you talking? You're gonna sit here and educate me on my own shit? Who are you? I don't know your life experience. How many times have you moved? I've moved many times. I've lived around many communities. I don't want to. I don't. You know, like, don't try to sit here and educate me on my own culture and experiences. If I'm speaking from my experiences, a lot of my experiences coincide with everything you just saw here. That's why I have the opinions I have. They're formed around my own life experiences, and they're reinforced by the shit I'm constantly seeing. So I know it's not just exclusive to me, but many people feel this way. Many black folks feel this way, as you've seen in these comments and videos as well. So I don't want to hear that. Yeah, don't try to do that. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below y'all's thoughts and stuff. Try not to be, you know, some toxic idiot or try to, like, start an argument with me or whatever. Just, like, you know, be chill. Like, don't be a weirdo about it. And yeah, enjoy the rest of y'all's day.